Keep it sweet and simple. But we're here. It's another Sunday. It's the Blaincast number 13, week number 13 of the lockdown, self-isolated here in my kitchen. It's I calling it the Backyard Blaincast, but I don't think we're going to make it to the backyard today. But let me just find one more set of lyrics or maybe I'll just have to try to remember them. But this is also going to include another writing session. I've had a couple of sessions with songs in the works, and I was very anxious to have some participation, and I did get some participation, but in the end, no, I think I mostly wrote them myself. Here's where one of them ended up. I'll play this one for you. And I guess I was getting a little political. Remember when there was a war and everybody was at war? It was every man for himself. It was a jungle. Not a care about the guy next door. It was all about having more. And God help those out on the street, broke and homeless. Some were living the American dream, while all the others had to beg and scheme. And you never knew who told the truth and who was lying, till we were stricken by a golden plague, and all the leaders put aside their hate. When they thought it was the end of the world, they came together. See the day when all the weapons would be thrown away, and with the money they saved, they were able to feed the planet. Though there's still a wall, it's only there for kids to bounce a ball, 'cause the folks on either side were happy and had all they needed. So that's one of the songs that I forced myself to write. I've been putting a gun to my head, so that it's something to keep me occupied in these boring weeks. And, I've been spending a lot of time watching all these different webcasts and streaming events. Gosh, last night I was watching Shrimp Daddy from Nova Scotia. What a treat seeing him. And the band was rocking. He's got a solid bass player lady. She new on the scene, maybe. I hadn't seen her, but she looks like kind of Larry the Mole Taylor was her her mentor or something, because she was digging in. And Nick Moss had his premiere of his what's going to be, I hope, a regular stream. He look up Nick Moss on Facebook. He won he's walked away with 5 awards, blues awards at Memphis, virtually as it were. And it's too bad, because if he'd been there, he would have been raising the roof, playing on stage. And I'm sure that guy had a whole whack of gigs lined up for the next year. He was going to be the blues star. And everything kind of shut down on him now. But I was watching Nick, and he also had Kid Anderson making an appearance. And Kid Anderson is also somebody who's been doing some really interesting stuff in the streaming. And speaking of streaming, the Toronto Blues Society, if anybody's watching this before Monday, tomorrow, the Blues Society and the National Arts Center are presenting Jenny Tai at 7 o'clock and Jack DeKaiser at 8. So that is going to be a fabulous evening. And, evening. So what else can we do here? Here's the one I wrote about Loreena McKennit. I've been working on this one. I'm going to need a capo. But I think I might have already told this story as I was still trying to write this song, putting it in the key of B, which is the bluegrass key. And I had previously written this song about Loreena McKennit, how she changed the music business, how she had some tragedies in her life. And, when I wrote it at the time, I recorded it even with all the guys from Downchild. Not all the guys, but a whole bunch of them were here in the kitchen, and we laid it down, and it was a real epic production. And, unlike a typical Brian Blane song, had key changes and changes of tempo. It was a epic. But, the guy that was recording it was a friend of Loreena's, Paul Benedict, and he said, she would be pretty upset to hear this. And then Richard Flohill, our publicist, said, Brian, I don't think you ought to do that. And so I just put the song on the shelf. It was never mixed. It just sat on the shelf for almost 20 years now. And as I was trying to come up with some lyrics for this new bluegrass riff I decided on, I was looking through old lyrics, and I came upon the Loreena lyrics, and they kind of fit, and I did some rewriting, and it's 20 years later, and I thought, well, it's a story worth telling. So here I am going to try to sing it without even having the lyrics in front of me. That's pretty damn. True story about the fabulous Loreena McKennit, a Canadian musical icon. It's a true musician story that I think it's time to tell. How a waif became a princess in a tragic fairy tale. Prince Charming lost and drowned in Georgian Bay, so deep and dark. Broke her spirit, broke her heart. Loreena, don't put down your harp. She was just a street musician, busking in the square. Then she got famous, she was touring everywhere. She really loved to play, but didn't want to be a star. Sad angel, never meant to fly that far. Loreena, don't put down your harp. Let's ask the Warner Brothers how she stood and held her ground. She changed the music business, at least she made a start. A businesswoman, and she could really dress the part. Loreena, don't put down your heart. Loreena. Dear Loreena.
Hey Dad,
Oh, I
can
heard
you?
something.
Hey Dad,
Hello,
um,
Joel. Joel just appeared. Wow.
can you turn down your mic and guitar just a little bit for your next song?
Really? Because it's not loud in my headphones, but not that
Uh,
I don't even need to monitor. I can just take off oh, I won't hear you anymore, though.
that's okay. That's okay. I'm done
All
talking. That
right.
was it.
Okay, I'm going to turn down the guitar. You think that was breaking up a little bit, eh? Backing off a little bit. So that was one brand new song, and let me play the third one I had in mind. It is called, or does it have a title yet? It was originally called the Press Secretary Blues. I saw President Trump's new press secretary on her first foray up at the podium, and it was it was pretty special. And she's gorgeous and smart, and had all the answers. And even promised to all the journalists out there that she would never tell a lie. And you had to take that with a grain of salt. And since then, I've seen her many times. Kaylee, I think is her name. And gee, I'm not going to hear much guitar here because I'm playing on the Strat. I better put my earphones on. Well, our monitoring situation leaves something to be desired here, and we're trying to have all this electronica working at the same time as being able to play acoustically. Um, I'm gonna. It's too late to switch guitars. I'm gonna play this one for you, and it's a guitar riff. The way I write songs, call this our songwriting session here. I tend to get a riff that I pick up somewhere or that I just make up myself, and then the only way I'm ever going to remember that riff is I write a song around it. So the riff this time was something I picked up off of Dire Straits guy, and he was playing it like. I kind of like that, and that's kind of my fingers going in directions they don't usually go. So this is what I came up with, and we did have some participation on the Write a Song with Brian contest on this one, and this is where it's left right now. Probably could still use a bridge, but I'm calling it Loyal to a Fault. I hope the levels are better for you, Joel. He's got a fine first family, everybody toes the line. They only speak with his permission, everything is always fine. He's so misogynistic, but women love him anyway. They can't be shocked by any scandals and lies, 'cause they're all acclimatized, and they got their marching orders, and they're loyal to a fault. Well, then there's the press secretary, presidential liaison. She can answer all your questions. She knows what's going on. She's got the ear of the leader at his side the whole day long. She promised she would never tell a lie. She smiled and looked us in the eye, but she's got her marching orders, and she's loyal to a fault. Here, play me a solo, Raul. Oh, yeah, Well, if you praise him to the heavens, he will listen to your lies. But if you dare to contradict him, you can kiss your job goodbye. He's got attorneys and generals who beckon to his call. The highest court will always take his side. He must have 50 million in his tribe. And they've got their marching orders, and they're loyal to a fault. Loyal to a fault. You know, they're loyal to a fault. Well, this is Brian Blaine getting political. It's not my nature, but hey, couldn't resist at this time sitting around. What else are you gonna do? You know, is think of people to rag on. And this takes us to the song that we're gonna. This is a challenge for this time, and all I got now. With this one, at least I had a verse and a half, but for this new challenge I'm putting out there, I've got one line. And the line is, you won't hear the shot that kills you, or you'll never hear the shot that kills you. And you'll never hear the shot that kills you. Kid Anderson was doing something on his show on the weekend that had a rhythm. I wish I'd remembered it better, but it'll be kind of more of a blues groove, and probably by next week we'll have a few lines. And you know, I would invite anybody that wanted to do a live songwriting session to come in on the Zoom next time, and we'll actually have a little kind of back and forth right there live. What the hell, you know, throw caution to the wind. But I want to leave those lines with you. You won't hear the shot that kills you. You won't see that bus coming round the corner. You won't, you know, it's the concept would be something like, you know, get ready because life is full of surprises, sort of thing. And didn't we get a big surprise in the last couple of months here, and more to come. And not to get.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. You have a request on the Facebook. Somebody wants to hear "Have a Toke." Can you play that for Eric McCollum? Is asking for
Aaron,
"Have a Toke."
that's
Aaron.
Aaron.
Oh, Aaron. Sorry, Aaron. I thought I said.
Aaron's watching. Okay. Well, I've never been one to turn down a request. Here we go. She's going to be recording it this time. She wants to learn this song. I know. Great to hear from you, Aaron. And Raul is out there, and more folks watching. Okay. Well, how did this go? This was a pretty new song as well. but it's going to be on the new album. Let me just say, the new album is basically in the can. And like everybody else, I just got the wind knocked out of me and got not so motivated. We finished the mixing at least, and now it's a matter of getting it mastered. And like, what do you print CDs now? Who's gonna buy a CD? That was all happening at gigs, and gigs are not exactly happening. But anyway, I'm going to get a CD out there by hook or by crook, and this was my idea to end the CD was with this tune. It was an afterthought, and I just recorded it on the guitar in my basement. And how did it go now? Oh my God. Sheesh. I've forgotten the song. Oh my God. Aaron, how does that go again? Well, I remember the beginning. In Grandpa's day, he couldn't get a drink because of some overzealous Christians. But now we celebrate the end of one more prohibition. Have a toke. Have a toke. You'll feel better for certain, whatever's hurting with the smoke. Should add the words out for this one. So things are tough. You had enough. If you're feeling down, light up and have a little puff. Have a toke. Have a toke. If whatever's hurting, you'll feel better for certain with smoke. Have a toke. Have a toke. You'll feel right as rain. You'll forget all your pain with a smoke. It's not for everyone. It's like I told Joel, my teenage son. If all you want is to get real zonked, you might as well get drunk. Drunk as a skunk. Or have a toke. Have a toke. Whatever is hurting, you'll feel better for certain with a smoke. You can't sleep. You don't eat. You tried the medication, now have some weed. Just have a toke. Have a toke. You'll feel right as rain, might even lessen your pain with a smoke. Have a toke. Have a toke. Have a toke. Have a toke. You'll be glad to discover it could help you recover from a stroke. There's probably other fabulous medical miracles that can happen with a toke, but that's all the ones I could find in my research. Have a toke anyway. Try it. Can't hurt. Well, that's my request for Aaron. Thank you. Any other requests before we move on? We've got the Campfire Cameo coming up. And this is just from last year. One of the last ones we did, it was in March. Oh, I hear Joel's breathing.
Hey, what's up? So we're gonna go into the Campfire Cameo now.
I think let's folks see the Campfire Cameo.
Well, come on down, let me show you what I got now. Well, come on down, show you what I got now. Got the house rocking boogie that everybody's talking about. Don't start at midnight, rocking till the break of day. Well, start around midnight, not the break of day. Don't worry about me, baby, I ain't worried no more. Come on, Susie. Take your time. Hey, oh, oh. Baby, act like you love me, won't you call me on the phone sometime? Baby, act like you love me, won't you call me on the phone sometime? Well, to hear your voice would ease my worried mind. Yeah, one of these days gonna show you how nice a man can be. Yeah, one of these days gonna show you how nice a man can be. Yeah, the love I got for you, I swear it's killing me. Come on now.
Oh, was it me? Okay, sure. You just gotta let me know. Candy, Full Bar,
Okay.
Shark 5. Watch out for Stop. Oreo Cookie Blues. This is a song that I wish I'd written, but it was written by Lonnie Mack, who's a beautiful vocalist and killer guitar player, and apparently also a diabetic. And he wrote a song called the Oreo Cookie Blues to celebrate his beloved little lifesaver. So I relate because I'm a sugar junkie and chocoholic. So send this out to any of you who can relate as well.
Me too.
Are you? Mona too, there you go. There's at least 3 of us that like sweet things. I got some chocolate on my fingers, icing on my lips, sugar diabetes, I got way too much blood on my hips. Keep the nightlight burning in the kitchen, baby, so I can go downstairs and cruise. Goddamn Oreo cream sandwich, chocolate covered cream filled cookie blues. Oh, hide 'em in the cabinet, keep 'em in a jar. And for emergencies, I keep 'em in the glove compartment of my car. You know I can't live without them. They get me high, then I'll get on blues. Goddamn Oreo cream sandwich, chocolate covered cream, yeah, cookie blues. Oh yeah, take it, Sugar Brown, Sugar Brown. Sugar Brown on the harmonica. crazy, pushing up a whole bunch of daisies, girl. And quite frankly, I kind of think that you're sick. I can't live without them, oh Lord. I don't want to lose, I don't want to lose. Got them Oreo cream sandwich, chocolate covered, cream filled cookie in there, the beer bottle disco, and you know they ain't no rookie. I got the next best thing to Nookie Blue. Mr. Christie, just don't compare. Thank you.
All right.
That was Susie Vinnick playing her classic, and that was Michelle Joseph on drums. I didn't mention. And by the way, Susie is online every Wednesday at 7. She goes on. I guess you'd see it on her Facebook, but I can't remember the. She's on a special service, but anyway, it's easy to find. Nowadays, everybody's using different vehicles to get their music out there. And this thing that you got up on the screen right now, Jam Tabba. Joel, how did we find this program? NinJam is really what it's the root of it, isn't it?
Yes, so NinJam is the networking backbone that allows people to connect all over the world using servers that people are hosting in different locations. And so it enables people to jam together, but they have to wait 8 bars before their loop comes into play. So that's how they're getting through the latency issues that people have when trying to jam together.
Right.
And so we tried it for the first time last night, and here's just a little clip. I might not play the whole thing because it's a little strange, but
It gets strange.
we'll see what happens here.
All right, and we'll see you next Sunday. I don't know what we'll have for you, but it'll be more of everything. That's got a bluesy groove.
Okay, well, I think we kind of get the point there.
You know, people should know that on that little jam, we had Joel's buddy out on Salt Spring Island. We had Buddy's brother in Montreal, I think. Am I right about Montreal?
Yeah, yeah.
And then what happens with this jamming network is that other people can see you're up there jamming. And so in the course of our little session last night, all of a sudden some guy came in from Argentina, and he was playing some mighty solid guitar. And then I was jamming with him on the guitar, and then a bass player showed up, and all of a sudden we had this kind of bass groove going, and everybody was listening to everybody. It was like a proper jam session.
It was
and
pretty
only,
good.
It was only 8 bars, but you're just
Yeah.
playing over those 8 bars, and that was fine. That's enough bars. I was it Woody Guthrie that said any more than 2 chords is showing off.
I agree. Yeah.
So with electronic music, we got it down to 1 chord. So if anybody is still with us at the end here, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you, Joel, for being part of this with me. It helps to have some company in these. Man, we really struggled with this one, but we're going to not wait till Saturday night to get prepared for next Sunday. We'll have something together, and I hope I'll have a song called "You Won't Hear the Shot That Kills You," and maybe even a live online writing session while that's happening. We'll see what I can come up with during the week.
Sounds
Don't forget to watch all those great musicians that are streaming, and if you can, throw a little something in the tip jar. But better yet, give them a share. And anybody that gets their streams shared benefits that way, and it all comes back. It's good karma. Bye for now.